Hello everybody, my name is Kata and welcome to Kata Fitness and welcome to day 5 of the 12 Days of Fitmas. Today is going to be an all standing abs and core workout. And I will let you know, yes, we are going to be doing squats and lunges and different exercises. This is not going to be just abs. Main reason being we use our abs all the time. We don't just use them when we are on the floor doing crunches and sit-ups. We use our core all the time. So we are going to be doing a total body strengthening workout, focusing on bracing our abs and using our core to keep us nice and stable. You do not have to have really heavy dumbbells for this. Any kind of weight, even water bottles, is going to be amazing. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to think about taking some nice deep breaths in, hands on your belly, breathe in and breathe out. So breathe in into your belly and breathe out. So as we breathe in, we think about expanding our core. And then as we exhale, we tighten up, drawing that belly button in towards your spine. So breathe in and exhale. Good, couple more, breathe it in and out. One more time, breathe in and out. Let's bring it into the center, arms out. We're gonna do a nice big circle and then other side. So circle it around. I like to think about it when I tell people they wanna brace their core. Imagine how you feel when you've been laughing for a long time. You know, you laugh so hard your stomach hurts. That's kind of the feeling you want to get, just that tight feeling. So we do draw in our abdominals, but we don't have to make a bowl with our abs. So we don't want to suck them in and completely take our abdominals to our spine, but we don't want to also push them out and stick them out so it looks like we have a loaf of bread on our tummy. So we just want to tighten up a little bit. A lot of times it's going to be just a little bit of, good, bring it around, and we're just going to do forward swimming. It's just kind of like tightening your core, bracing. Like if you pick up something and you don't know how heavy it is, you want to tighten up in case that item isn't 5 pounds and it's actually 15 or 20. Good, let's bring it into the center. We're going to start to add a nice good reach across. So we're starting to get a little bit of rotation of our upper spine here. 8, 7, 4, 3. Bring it into the center and we're going to tap it to the side and we're going to do kind of a good reach. So starting to wake up the side of our body because our abdominals are not just the six pack. Our abs move in many different directions. So we have rotation, anti-rotation, flexion, extension, anti-flexion and extension, and then lateral flexion and extension, and anti-lateral flexion and extension. Good, bring it in the center. This is where we brace our core, a little bit of a tail feather tuck, and we're just gonna hinge and bring it up. A lot of people consider your glutes to be part of your core. But this is also, we're working on bracing here. Notice no changes in my abdominals. Hinge it back, bring it up nice and tall. Good, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, slow squat. So feet about hip width apart, toes forward or a little bit out towards the corners. We're just gonna sit and we're gonna stand tall. So again, we're using our core here. We don't wanna let our buns stick out and push our abs back, push our hips back. You can see I'm arching, but we don't wanna tuck under so much that we can call this butt wink when you go down and your tailbone tucks under. So we just try to brace, again, little tail feather tuck, hinging at your hips, knees, and ankles. Upper body stays nice and tall. One more. All right, we're gonna step it back into our lunges. Remember, we're just warming up, so we step back, drop the knee down towards the floor. Slow and steady, and you can start with shallow lunges and then start to work your way up, or work your way down, I should say, into a deeper lunge. So as we're going through these exercises today, I want you to really think, what are your abs doing? How can you support your body while you're adding in a little movement and a little bit of resistance? Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's bring it in. Take those legs nice and wide, toes forward, maybe a little bit out, and we're going to take it to the right and then take it over to the left. So just side to side, little inner and outer thigh opener. And again, we're not pushing our knees forwards. That tends to happen a lot. We're pushing our hips back, and we're not dropping our chest down towards the floor. We're sitting our hips back to our heels. And if your hips don't like being this wide, bring your feet in a little bit more. It's okay. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to carefully walk it in. Grab a quick drink of water if you've got it. You should. We are going to do 8 exercises, 40 seconds work, 10 seconds rest. And we're going to try to do 2 rounds. And if you can only do 1 round today, 1 round is better than no rounds. We're going to start with a squat and a core rotation in 3, 2, and 1. So arms up, drop, squat, 1, 2. So drop, shoulder to hip, shoulder to hip. So this one I'm not bringing it down. I'm staying tall, rotate and rotate. Thinking about keeping my body open, elbows stay pointing out. So I'm getting some upper back and chest work, and my shoulder is what's going to the opposite side of my body. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A dumbbell you can do an overhead press with, single leg stand, overhead press. We're gonna do right, and then we're gonna do left. Here we go. So single leg stand, press it up. Yes, you can do this holding onto the ends and doing both arms at the same time. If this is too much for you, I want you to stand on a balance beam. But I want you to think about standing tall, control it. This is where if we tighten up our core and we make sure everything is stacked and we're pushing the floor away, you're gonna feel this. And you're gonna feel this more the heavier the dumbbell is. So if you're using just a pound, you may not notice it as much as you would if I'm using like a 10. 2, and 1. All right, lunges with press outs. We're gonna do the other leg on the next round. So dumbbell in front. We're gonna do alternating lunges. So lunge, press, and then switch. Lunge, press, and switch. Again, ears over shoulders over hips. Drop the back knee towards the floor. Brace the core as we press that dumbbell out, and then bring it back up. Again, this is one, the heavier the dumbbell, the more you're going to notice it. We don't want to let our body round, and we don't want to let that dumbbell drop towards the floor. Press out and in. 3, 2, and 1. Tandem stand. The leg you were standing on for your overhead press is the one that's going to be in back. Nice and tall. Side bend. Raise it out. Side bend. Side raise. If this is too much and you can't keep your balance, then I want you to do a stance like this. So side bend, lift it. Or feet together, up and out. Again, slow and steady, nice and tall. Little side bend, little side raise. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Alternating side lunges with a halo. Step out, circle it around, and then over to the other side right here. So side step, halo around the head, other side. Side step and circle. This is the one we're working our core by not allowing our body to arch and circle. Brace the core, belly in, just the arms. Doesn't have to be a huge side lunge. Step it out, push off, and circle. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Weighted march. I'm going to do 1 dumbbell at my chest. Don't let it rest on your chest. Hold it out just a little bit. March and march. If you prefer, you can hold 1 dumbbell by your side or 2 dumbbells by your side. It's completely up to you. This is going to get a little bit of anti-lateral flexion or just right here. Good march. Again, don't let the back arch and don't let the belly go forward. Little tail feather tuck, lift and lift. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dumbbell around the world, standing or kneeling. This is better with a kettlebell, but use what you have. Take the dumbbell and you're gonna pass it. Time is on. So you're gonna pass the dumbbell around you, and notice I'm not arching. This is also gonna be checking your shoulder mobility. Remember which direction you're going. Round number 2, we're gonna go the other direction. This one's almost a little easier with a bigger dumbbell just because it's easier to hold on to, or if you have a kettlebell, because you can grab that handle. Most people do these with kettlebells, but use what you have. Again, shoulders down, abs braced, ribs are a little bit tucked. 3, 2, and 1. Hay balers. I like to hold my dumbbell in the center, down, over the shoulder, down, over the shoulder. Time's on. Little hinge. So just a nice good squeeze. I like to tap my toe back personally, get a little bit of glute in there. This is your last exercise in circuit number 1. And then we're gonna repeat that all again. We're just gonna go right into it. So I wanted to give you a good kind of an ab workout. So remember, we don't just do abs on the floor. So I wanted something that you could do standing, that you didn't have to go down to the floor for. And technically you could do this with no equipment. Good job. Going back, squat with a core rotation from the beginning, 2 rounds. 3, 2, and 1. So drop, down, rotate and rotate. If you don't have time to go all the way through a second round, I do want you to quick do the single leg stand overhead press and the tandem stand, side bend, side raise on the other side, then head out. So remember on these squats, we're not puffing out our chest and sticking our tailbone back, but we're not tucking under either. So just a little tuck, pull the ribs down towards your hips. Squat, last one. Good, good. Single leg stand, overhead press. Over on the other side. So plant the foot, think about pushing that floor away. Lift that leg right here. Press it up and bring it down. Up and down. So this is a slow and steady type exercise. We want to try not to lean and keep the legs wobbly. And even if you can't stand on one leg, like you just cannot, try doing a balance beam stance, tandem stance, or a semi-tandem, or just a very neutral foot position. But this, you're gonna need to brace your core in order to hold yourself nice and steady. 3, 2, and 1. Lunges with press outs, lunges with press outs. 3, 2, and 1. So take it out, press, and bring it up. We drop that back knee towards the floor. Keep your front knee over your shoelaces. Now, if you can't quite get the arms all the way out, if you even go part way, you're still getting your core. You're still bracing. Good, 10 seconds. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Tandem stand. So whatever leg you were standing on, that's the one that's going to be in the back. Good tandem stance. Arm is up. Here we go. Side bend, side raise. Side bend, side raise. So especially if the weight is a little heavier, you have to try not to lean towards or away from in order to lift. Side bend, arm raise. You can see you lose your balance. It's harder than it looks. 3, 2, 1. Side lunge with a halo. 4, 3, 2, and 1. So side lunge, opposite shoulder and hip, circle it around, take it out, and circle. Think about the abs, especially side lunge, and then here, brace. Don't let your low back arch, don't let your pelvis tilt forwards or backwards. So a lot of lifting is just mind-body connection, thinking about what you're doing, controlling those weights. 3, 2, and 1. Weighted march. So again, nice and tall. We don't want to let the dumbbell rest on our chest. Hold it out just a little. March and march. And the hard part with this is we don't want to wobble side to side. So try to keep yourself as centered as you can. And you might find, you can probably tell on me, I wobble a little bit more on my right leg than my left. So good lift. March and march. As you march, the standing leg, think about pushing that floor away as you lift the other leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dumbbell around the world. I'm gonna kneel. You can stay standing, and we gotta go the other direction. So think about tucking the tail, pass, and pass. So we're squeezing the glutes. We don't want to let the hips go back. We want to stay nice and tall. Squeeze, whether you're standing or you're kneeling. 20 seconds. We're going to come up for our hay balers. Ten seconds. I just wanted to demo kneeling in case anybody wanted to try, but this is a standing ab workout. 2 and 1. Bring it up. We're gonna go for our hay balers. So toe tap back. 3, 2, and 1. So little hinge. Take it over your shoulder. Reach back behind you. So as we go back, we're not arching. Again, this is where bracing our core comes into play. The movement is a squeeze with the glutes, a little bit of lats, and QL. Ten seconds to go. Good job. Bring it in. Set the weights down. Roll the shoulders. Grab a little bit of a drink if you need it. We're going to do a stretch. So bring it in the center. Take the feet a little bit wide. You can sit if you need to, hands on the thighs. We're going to inhale and then exhale, little tuck. So think about cat-cow if you were on the floor. Inhale, shoulders open. Exhale, pull up and tuck. If you have osteoporosis, osteopenia in your spine, don't have to do the arch and the round. I want you to just think belly breathe and exhale. Good, breathe in and hold, breathe out. Good, let's go ahead and bring it all the way up. We're gonna roll the shoulders up, back, and down into our back pocket, keeping those legs nice and wide. Let's take our hands across our chest, turn to the right, circle around like we're sweeping the floor, and then we're gonna bring it up and over in the center. Turn to the left, take it down and around, and up. Now if you want to, arms up, this is harder. Turn, sweep the floor, and bring it all the way up. This is getting hips, this is getting a little bit of hamstrings. Keep those knees straight, lift those hips up to the ceiling on the way down. If the arms up does not feel good, there is nothing wrong with arms here. We all start somewhere and then work our way around. One more time, each direction. Take it out. And then last time. Good, bring it in the center. We're gonna carefully walk it in. We're gonna take our palms, place them on the shelf of our glutes, shoulders down and back, squeeze the elbows together, take a deep breath in, exhale, push down on your buns. And as you push down, your hips will naturally go forward. So we shouldn't feel like we're pushing it into our low back. We push down and we press it forwards. Deep breaths. So a lot of times when we work our abs, partly because we have back pain, a lot of our back pain is actually caused by weak abs, but also really tight hip flexors. Good, go ahead and bring it up. And we're just gonna do a little side reach, hold it. Think about reaching for the ceiling and bring it down, side bend, reach up for the ceiling. So we want to make sure we're stretching those hip flexors, we're strengthening our glutes, and we're working on a strong core. Bring it in. Let's just take a couple deep breaths in right here and out. One more time, big breath in and out. And you are all done. So I want you to give yourself a nice good pat on the back for completing day 5 of the 12 Days of Fitmas. Tomorrow is day number 6, and we are going to be doing some mobility and stretching. And I know some people are probably thinking, that is not what I want to do. But mobility and stretching is very, very, very important. We need to strengthen our muscles, but we also need to make sure that we are able to stabilize them and make sure that we are able to move them to their full range of motion. And so mobility and stretching are just as important as strengthening and stabilizing. I hope you enjoyed today's workout. I look forward to seeing you in tomorrow's workout. Have a great day, and I'll see you in class. Bye.